What's going on, beautiful people, them beautiful patriots, my brothers and sisters around the world, man? I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life, man. We're in a fight to get our country back, man. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers, man. We are living in some dark, crazy, sick, woke, disgraceful times, man. And this woke culture, the culture of no common sense. Simple as that, man. And we are in big trouble, y'all. Big trouble. You know? Big trouble, man. Can't make this up. But it'll be here before you know it, man. And we encourage everybody to go out and vote. It has to be too big to rig. And as you can see, they're rigging that machine up. That machine, man, it was glitching out, and what we just seen with the debate with Biden. After that debate, the machine completely shut out. I mean, completely just turned off. They had to unplug it, reset it, add new parts to it, and they got him out of there. Old Joe, man. Where is Joe at? Where's Joe? Who's running the country? Man, what is going on? Things are collapsing. Markets are crashing. Man, we are living in some times, man. What a time to be alive. Lied to the American people. Millions are struggling. Now we can't make this up, man. We see this VP pick, this ticket here. Veterans are outraged. Tampons are all out in the street. Oh man, old tampon Tim, man. But I believe, man, like I said, we deserve 3 debates. I really hope she says, you know what? I haven't gotten 1 vote yet. I got to prove myself. Let me do these 3 debates with Trump. Let me go in there and just defeat Trump. Because, hey, that's what they're running off. We got the only thing we need to worry about. I could care less about the main issues and problems or this and that. Economy. I don't care, Can we defeat Trump? That's their whole campaign. Can we defeat Trump? So come on, let's get these 3 debates. Let's get these 3 debates. Come on, Kamala. Give me a reason to take off this hat. Because right now, with this ticket, many people are terrified. Terrified. This woke, far left, progressive ticket, where people are terrified, man. And again, a couple people a lot of people don't even know what's going on. Out of touch, clueless. Some people's feelings are still hurt. Trump hurt people's feelings with his words. And again, we live in a time where people are more sensitive than ever. So it doesn't make it any better. But we need somebody in there that's qualified, man. And right now, from the record, the accomplishments these last 3.5, 4 years, it doesn't seem qualified to me. Didn't earn it. Didn't earn it. DEI hired. And when we say DEI, they call us racist. They say this and that. But, I know a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. But hey, they said Trump was going to be a dictator on day 1. And if you look at his last presidency, wasn't that bad if you ask me. But all I can say, man, we are in big dog doo-doo. right now, y'all. Big dog doo-doo. Prayers for America. We are in trouble. Simple as that, man. You know, simple as that. And something big is coming. You know, I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people can feel it, man. Something big is coming. We are in trouble, y'all. And we got to get back on track fast. And I believe Trump and Vance ticket can at least start us to get back on track. That something can change. Something. Because right now we need a lot of changes. I'm just saying. As you can see.
Donald Trump held an hour-long press conference in Mar-a-Lago this afternoon, announcing he's agreed with 3 different networks to do 3 debates in September.
I think it's very important to have debates, and we've agreed with Fox on a date of September 4th. We've agreed with NBC, fairly full agreement, subject to them, on September 10th. And we've agreed with ABC on September 25th. The other side has to agree to the terms. They may or may not agree. I don't know if they're going to agree. She hasn't done an interview. She can't do an interview. She's barely competent, and she can't do an interview. But I look forward to the debates because I think we have to set the record straight.
The debate on Fox would be first, but everyone's still waiting to hear from Harris. Kamala hasn't done an interview since June. It's now August. And after being shamed for hiding from the media, they forced her down the stairs of Air Force Two. Watch.
President Trump had a press conference today. He talked about a lot of things. I wonder if you have a reaction to what he talked about.
Well, I'm glad that he's finally agreed to a debate on September 10th. I'm looking forward to it and hope he shows up.
Are you open to more debates?
I am happy to have that conversation about an additional debate for after September 10th, for sure.
He proposed two more debates.
Like I said, happy to have that conversation.
Sad, man. A disgrace. You know, prove yourself. You haven't gotten 1 vote. Unpopular. Approval rating was at an all-time low. And again, the media just built you up. And I don't know how we allowed that to happen, but it happened. We are in trouble. We are in trouble, man.
Kamala's seen Trump end people's political careers on the debate stage.
Yep.
And she's never participated in a presidential debate before. Trump's done 6. So she might be pretending to have the upper hand. I hope he shows up. Come on. She's terrified. And the ball's in her court. The networks and Trump have agreed to 3. She's agreed to 1. And if she finally comes to terms, the Fox debate would be first, right after Labor Day. That would give her 2 whole weeks after her convention to prepare. That's a lot longer than Biden had to prepare. And we saw what happened there. The Fox debate on September 4th would be before early voting starts. I know it's ridiculous to have 2 months of early voting, and the Republicans better have their act together. But shouldn't the country see these 2 square off before we cast a ballot? Kamala wants to wait as long as possible to debate Trump, because that debate could officially end the honeymoon.
What if this so-called honeymoon period doesn't end?
Oh, it's going to end. The honeymoon period's going to end. Look, she's got a little period. She's got a convention coming up. It's about policy. It's not about her. I think she's incompetent because I've watched her. She destroyed California. She destroyed San Francisco. Everything she's touched has turned to bad things. I'm not going to use foul language, but everything she's touched has turned bad. She's incompetent. She won't even do interviews with friendly people because she can't do better than Biden. She doesn't want to do interviews. And the reason she doesn't is, number one, her policies are so bad. Just to answer your question, I think that it's not going to change because it's really ultimately not about her as much as about her policies. She wants open borders. She wants to defund the police. She wants to defund the police. She wants to take away your guns.
I liked hearing it's not about her, it's about her policy. I like that. The more personal it gets, the more she plays the victim and keeps the focus off substance. Kamala isn't Hillary. She's not tough. She doesn't know anything about anything, especially policy. And she's being protected like it's her first day of kindergarten. Instead of shredding her, Trump would just be better served petting her on the head. Oh, poor Kamala. This election isn't about hatred, at least not on the right. This election is about you.
Do you think Kamala Harris is worse than President Biden? I know you said you think you're very
No,
far
I think
ahead.
she's actually not as smart as he is.
Well, you said you think you're very far
I don't
ahead
think
in
he's
the
very
polls.
smart either, by the way. I'm not a big fan of his brain, but I think that she's actually not as smart as he is.
To what do you attribute her rising in the polls as becoming a more competitive race since she's taken over for Biden?
She's a woman. She represents certain groups of people, but I will say this. When people find out about her, I think she'll be much less. And I see it right now. I see her going way down in the polls now. Now that people are finding out that she destroyed San Francisco, she destroyed the state of California along with Governor Gavin Newsom. The polls have suggested. There are some polls that say we're going to win in a landslide. People are voting with their stomachs, meaning they're going to the grocery store. They're paying 50, 60, 70% more for food than they did just a couple of years ago.
Vote with your stomach. Kamala is not Joe Biden. And yes, Kamala's a woman. And there's excitement around that. You should see my mom. Suddenly she's a Kamala fanatic. Keeps talking about joy. Trump kept one dangerous woman out of the White House, and he can do it again. This country's thirsty for leadership after 4 years of Joe. And Hideaway Harris isn't going to fly. There's only so much bamboozling voters can tolerate, especially after the cover-up and now the bait and switch. And you can sense in the room today, the press, thrilled they could justify their paychecks. Kamala Harris hasn't held a press conference since 2023. And that wasn't even in America. It was in Dubai. So Trump got the gang back together. Room was packed. To use the left's logo, this is what democracy looks like. Freedom of the press, freedom of speech, live exchanges of ideas without censorship. Voters listening to a man vying to represent them and serve them, unscripted, without cheat sheets and teleprompters. The media misses Trump. The relationship between the press and the politicians is supposed to be tense and challenging. With Biden and Kamala, it's flaccid and corrupt. Everybody knows it. They were even up to their old tricks again.
There's been some discussion around Vice President Harris's relationship with Willie Brown, former mayor of San Francisco, and how that might have intersected with her career trajectory. So I'm just wondering if you followed that discussion at all and any thoughts on that.
Well, I know Willie Brown very well. In fact, I went down in a helicopter with him. We thought maybe this is the end. I haven't seen him in years. But he told me terrible things about her. But this is what you're telling me anyway, I guess. But he had a big part in what happened with Kamala. But I don't know, maybe he's changed his tune, but he was not a fan of hers very much at that point.
Trump didn't take the Willie Brown bait. That's disciplined. He was asked again about Kamala's racial heritage, didn't take the bait, disciplined. He was asked about abortion, disciplined. The press finally did get under his skin, of course, when they asked about crowd sizes.
Are you worried at all about the size of Harris's crowds?
Oh, give me a break. Listen, I had 107,000 people in New Jersey. You didn't report it. I'm so glad you asked. What did she have yesterday? 2,000 people? If I ever had 2,000 people, you'd say my campaign is finished. It's so dishonest, the press. When she gets 1,500 people, and I saw it yesterday on ABC, where they said, oh, the crowd was so big. I have 10 times, 20 times, 30 times the crowd size. And no, they never say the crowd was big. That's why I'm always saying turn around the cameras. I'm so glad you asked that. I think it's so terrible when you say, well, she has 1,500 people, 1,000 people, and they talk about, oh, the enthusiasm. Let me tell you, we have the enthusiasm.
In the last week, Trump's done a rally, Fox and Friends, radio, podcasts. Today, he held an hour-long news conference, and the media accused him of laziness.
You have not had a public campaign event for nearly a week now. Tomorrow you'll be in Montana, which is not a swing state. Some of your allies have expressed concern that you're not taking this very seriously, particularly at a time where there's enthusiasm on the other side. Why haven't you been campaigning this week?
Because I'm leading by a lot and because I'm letting their convention go through.
Y'all see how they disrespect this man, though, man? I mean, Trump gets disrespected by everybody, man. They just continue to wipe this man through the mud, man. And the fact that we're in this situation now, it's just it like, if something bad does happen, man, I'm gonna just say, you know, this is what y'all actually wanted. I'll just be honest with you, man. 'Cause I'm actually kind of just sick and tired. I'm really sick and tired of being sick and tired, man. I don't know if you guys feel the same way I'm feeling. But I'm sick of how they have literally just crapped all over this man. When he could be somewhere on his own island resort, enjoying the rest of his life. The man just took a bullet. And they've tried everything in the book, man. Jail. I mean, you name it. Impeach. I mean, coming after his money, his assets, his family, raids. I mean, they've tried everything in the book with this fella, man. And he meant that. When can he catch a break? We are in trouble, man. I'll tell you that. We are in trouble. And I'm gonna be one of those ones that's not gonna be surprised at whatever happens next. I won't be surprised. I'll just be honest with you. I won't be surprised. I'll probably be ready for it. I'll be ready and well prepared.
And I am campaigning a lot. I'm doing tremendous amounts of taping here. We have commercials that are at a level I don't think that anybody's ever done before. Plus, in certain cases, I see many of you in the room where I'm speaking to you on phones, I'm speaking to radio, I'm speaking to television. Television's coming over here. Excuse me, what are we doing right now? She's not doing any news conference. You know why she's not doing it? Because she can't do a news conference. She doesn't know how to do a news conference. She's not smart enough to do a news conference. And I'm sorry, we need smart people to lead this country because our country's never been in this danger before.
Why isn't anybody asking Kamala questions like that?
Truth. It's truth. It's truth. It's truth. Facts.
Today was the first time she took questions from a reporter since Biden's debate. And the questions weren't, why are you so afraid of reporters? Where have you been hiding? Why did you cover up Joe's condition? Why'd you change all your positions? All they asked her is, what'd you think of Trump? The one question they did ask her about her running mate's stolen valor, she dodged.
Some of the criticism has been about your vice presidential pick and his leaving the National Guard at 24 years. Vance said that he deserted his own troops or his own colleagues. What's your take on that?
Listen, I praise anyone who has presented themselves to serve our country. And I think that we all should.
Okay, 6 seconds. On to the next question. Kamala answers questions like that, 1, 2 sentences, then goes to the next question. I'd love to see her do an hour, but the press doesn't, and neither do Democrat voters. Democrat voters aren't interested in what she believes, besides abortion and winning. That's it. Kamala World says they're deeply skeptical that any televised or print interviews offer much real upside for Harris. Because why run a real campaign when you can run a fake one and the media lets you get away with it? The media isn't demanding an interview now because they're in on the 90-day cover-up. Semaphore reports that Harris has been talking with her traveling press off the record. One reason that you haven't seen as much media grumbling about access, the outlets paying for the plane are getting FaceTime. So the media's in on the Kamala cover-up. I thought Kamala was a tough prosecutor that smashed through glass ceilings and calls Joe Biden racist to his face. Where'd that little girl go?
Sometimes people will open the door for you and leave it open. Sometimes they won't. And then you need to kick that door down. As a woman, there's a balance to be struck between being tough and being a bitch. If you've got something to say, say it to my face.
If you want to be a girl boss, do you really want to be treated like a little girl? Because that's how we're treating Kamala. She's supposed to be the first female president. Do women want the first female president to be protected like a kid in a car seat, carried around, pampered, swaddled? Nobody's letting her out of her crib because they're afraid she might hurt herself. That's not how we treated Hillary. Hillary stood on her own 2 feet. Sure, Hillary got good press. She's a Democrat, of course, but she wasn't babied like Harris. If I were Harris, I'd be embarrassed. They're saying she didn't choose Shapiro because she didn't want him to upstage her. She chose Walz instead because he made her feel safe and warm and comfortable and promised not to run for president later. What is Walz? Kamala's cuddly stuffed animal? J.D. Vance strolled over to her tarmac, gave her traveling press corps jazz for helping her hide, and it worked. Smoked her out of her little hole today. And here's how the media covered it. Watch.
She's also got this stalker going around from city to city like a hangdog ex-husband trying to find her. So I trust the Secret Service, but I'm glad that she's got Tim Walz there too. He's on it.
Yeah, it is so weird, Lindsay. It is so weird that like Trump is playing golf somewhere while JD Vance is like stalking the vice president and saying weird stuff to reporters. Like he's not helping to make it himself not seem weird.
Is Walz her running mate or her security blanket? I mean, if anyone gets near Harris, they're a stalker. This is not high school, ladies. This is the great American Republic. She's not a woman at a bar. She's running to be the leader of the free world. But first you can't talk to Kamala, and now you can't go near her. She's not a princess. Trump's not running against Meghan Markle. They sent De Niro out to troll Trump at the courthouse. No one called him a stalker. We just called him crazy. And I love Bobby's movies. That's about it. Kamala's afraid of Fox, afraid of J.D. Vance at the airport, and now she's afraid of sitting down for an interview. She's probably afraid of spiders. The media is treating Kamala like she's vulnerable and needs protection because she does. She's on a tight leash. They make her read the same speech twice in a row. Watch this.
It really is good to be back in Wisconsin. It is so good to be back in Michigan. Listen, let me tell you, I am clear. The path to the White House runs right through this state. And listen, I am clear. The path to the White House runs right through this state. I took on perpetrators of all kinds. I took on perpetrators of all kinds and had a summer job at McDonald's. I had a summer job at McDonald's. So hear me when I say, so hear me, Detroit, when I say, I know Donald Trump's type. I know Donald Trump's type.
You just can't make this up.
Ready to fight for it? And are we ready to fight for it? And when we fight, we win!
You are in trouble, man. This is a disgrace. An absolute disgrace, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. Comment down below. I love you guys, man. You know, I want to come on here and give us, you know, continue to give hope, man. To continue to bring smiles, you know. But I know everybody is sick and tired of being sick and tired, man. I know. I'm with you guys, man. But I love y'all. I'm wishing the best in all you guys' life. I will catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace and love, family.